In this video, I'm going to be putting Kartra versus Kajabi head to head to help you figure out which is the best online course or membership builder for your business. So I'm going to be going over all of the features and what each of them does uniquely. We're also going to be looking at pricing and value. And finally, I'm going to give you my recommendation for which is a better solution for your business. Hi everyone, it's Kevin from Solopreneur and I help entrepreneurs start and grow online businesses. So today I'm going to be looking at two of the very best online course or membership building software, and those are Kartra and Kajabi. Now, creating an online course or a subscription site is one of the very best ways to monetize your knowledge and really create a scalable revenue stream. I'll personalize this a bit. So about 10 years ago, I started and ran an e-learning agency. And back then, I used to hire designers and developers in order to create my online courses for my clients. And I bring that up because it's cool to see that it's now so much easier to create online courses using tools like Kartra and Kajabi. So all that to say, this is a great time to get started. Now, we have a lot to cover, so let's jump right in. Okay, so to begin, what exactly is Kartra and what exactly is Kajabi? So Kartra is an all-in-one marketing and business operations suite that features over 12 integrated tools, including an online course and membership builder. So basically, it's a business and marketing operations tool first that has a lot of different things that also features online courses and membership building capabilities. Now, what is Kajabi? Well, Kajabi is primarily an online course membership building platform that also has some sales and marketing automation features that can help you sell your digital products. So essentially, both of these products do similar things, as we'll see, and again, they'll do things differently as well, and we'll get into that, but they're just approaching it from a different starting point, and I'll just go through exactly what I'm talking about here. So if we hop over to the Kartra site, we can see that it does checkout, so that's e-commerce. It's a landing page builder. It does leads, so this is like a CRM. It has funnels and campaigns as email. It can build membership sites and subscriptions and online courses. It has video. It has a help desk. It has a calendar. It has forms, affiliates. You can run an agency. You have a marketplace. So you can see that it has a lot of tools in one. Now on the Kartra side, you have products. You can manage basically your products and payments. So that's the whole e-commerce angle. You have websites, you have landing pages, you have email, you have sort of pipelines, which are those campaigns, and of course everything has reporting, and Kajabi is no different. The people part is like a light CRM, and it also has a dedicated mobile app. And so what these tools are doing is it's not just enough to create an online course. They're also helping you sell it by helping you build these sales and marketing funnels. Now, you definitely saw some overlap over there, and you probably also saw that there were some things that one seemed to have that the other didn't, and vice versa. But to start, let me go over the tools that they both kind of share and see how they stack up against each other. So let's start with websites and pages. So Kajabi is a better website and blog builder, but Kartra is a superior landing page builder. And I'll show you what I mean here. So we're in the back end of Kajabi, and as you can see, Kajabi has all of these themes that you can use to build a website. And outside of that, you will also see that there are all of these pages that kind of come out of the box. So it's sort of like a collection. You can see here, there are all of these pages that will make up your entire website. And you can just go in here and you can customize them. Now, in contrast, Kartra doesn't actually have a website template, as you'll see here. It has tons of other templates, and we'll talk about that when we get to the landing pages bit, but it doesn't actually have a website template. Now, there are so many page templates that you can make a website and you can just link them all together, but it's just not sort of out of the box like that. It's just, you kind of have to add these individual pages together. Again, you can do it. It's just not pre-linked for you in a way. Now, the other thing Kajabi has is a blog. I mean, it's no WordPress or anything like that with the depth of plugins or anything, but it gets the job done. You have posts, you have categories, and it works. So when you post things, the categories add, it has tags, as we'll see here. I'll show you on the back end. A blog post is pretty much what you would expect. It's got some CTAs, it's got some text, it's got a sidebar. Now, when it comes to Kartra, Kartra technically has blog posts, but they're not dynamic. So if you see here, these don't actually dynamically update when you post new content. It's actually not tied to any kind of database. So it's really hard to use Kartra as a blog. It's possible, but again, it's a little more manual, whereas in Kajabi, these are actual posts. And as you build out a blog, you'll see all your posts just like you would with any other blog software. Now, it's no WordPress or any fancy blog software. It's super basic, but if we're comparing the two, Kajabi does have the better blog platform, which could be a source for you if you don't want to use an external blog like Medium or install WordPress. Now, on the flip side, when it comes to landing pages, there really isn't any competition. As you can see here with Kajabi, they do have some nicely designed landing pages, and you can see some templates here. You have about 9 of these, 6 of these, a thank you and confirmation, and opt-in, coming soon, and policies. So a little bit limited, but they aren't bad. I'll go in here and you can preview it and you can get started. Let's call this test. And as you would imagine, things are super easy to edit. Everything is just drag and drop, click to edit. I'm not really going to spend too much time on this because this is so much like anything you've ever seen, right? You can change the text here and it'll change. You can add content pretty easily. You just go to add content. Let's say you want a feature. You can just add that in. And if you want to move things, you can move the sections like this. It's pretty basic. Everything is just drag and drop, click to edit, as you would imagine with a modern page builder. Now, Kartra has an amazing landing page builder. It has video sales pages, thank you pages, long sales pages, product launch, has a webinar landing page right here. It has way more templates than Kajabi, hands down, for basically every single use case you could imagine. And if we just look at one of the Kartra landing pages and how easy that is to work with, it's basically a wash. It's just as easy to work with. They both have, I would say, their pros and cons, which I won't get into just for the sake of brevity here, but they are basically comparable. They do certain things better than each other, but for all intents and purposes, they're both just a drag and drop, super easy to use WYSIWYG editor. The only difference here is that Kartra has way more templates and it has some advanced automations and other features, which we'll get to in the later sections. But getting back to editing things, you can just click on anything you want. You can edit it, you can remove it. If you want to add sections, you can do it here. Now, personally, I like the way Kartra does it a bit better. I can just drag it in visually rather than how it was with Kajabi. It's a little bit different. Now, this is nitpicking, like it's just a preference thing. So neither is better. So I'm not saying that. They have just different interfaces to do things. But as you can see, everything is just like you saw in Kajabi. You just click, you edit. And as you can see here, this is one of those website templates I talked about, but you'd have to manually create these pages and link to them. And when I say manually, I mean you just create multiple templates and you just link them all together. It's not pre-linked for you like Kajabi. So to recap that, better websites and blog building in Kajabi, but much better landing page building in Kartra. Now, one of the primary functions of these tools are the online courses and memberships. So Kajabi is easier to set up and more streamlined, but Kartra's implementation is more advanced and customizable. And again, let me show you what I mean here. Now, on the Kajabi side, when you go to create a new one of these courses, they have some templates. You can see a mini course, an online course, a drip, a membership. There's not too many options, but they do have these options for you, which make it easy to get out the door quickly because there's sort of a starting template you can work off of. They import for you this reference point so that you can easily see what your course could look like, and you sort of just come in here and change the sections. And just like the landing page builder, everything is pretty easy to edit. You just click into it and you can start editing it. The text you can see here. And if you want to add content anywhere, you can just go to add content here and you can just click in what you want and it'll just add that block, just like your landing pages. Pretty easy, and everything's pretty much click and edit. And they have a bunch of modules you can add, and you can see right here pretty easily. You just add it in, and then of course, as I showed you earlier, if you want to move things, you just move them right here. You can change your theme right here if you go to pick a theme. And of course, you could create a price for this. You could make it free. You can see here, you just hit one button and it creates an offer. And offers are sort of like the pricing for each of these things. As you can see here, there's a free course, and I've set up some other offers. So basically that's how you sell this product. And you can also make it multiple payments. You can do a recurring subscription for that price. Pretty much what you would expect with online course pricing. And they also have like an upsell offer, so you can actually sell them another course while they're trying to check out, or if you have some other thing that you'd like to set up. And they have some basic automations, and we will get to that. So the benefit of Kajabi's experience here with the course builder is it's really streamlined, and it has a lot of the stuff that you would start out with creating an online course. It has a lot of the basic things that you would normally need. Now let's look at the Kartra side of things. So you go to add membership to create a new online course. They call everything memberships. It's just a name, and that's just a section. But we can look at the wizard here. So it begins by giving you this option here to see if you want it to be password protected or not. And this is really helpful if you want it to be a free course. So you can already see that there are some options here that Kajabi just doesn't have. And then you actually get into the building course component. Now you can see it's completely blank. So with Kartra here, you can add all the things you need. And again, you just drag them in, which I kind of like more than the Kajabi experience, where you're sort of just adding these sections and you have to move them after. This is just a lot more intuitive when it comes to designing things, but they also don't have any templates you can start with. You have all of the components you need, but there aren't any templates or reference points of a pre-built course. So not a big deal, but it is worth noting. And on the Kartra side of things, of course, you can also do some of the branding things we talked about. You can change colors just like Kajabi here. You can also pick different sorts of layouts and templates. Not as many templates as Kajabi there, but they do have a few options there to brand it. Now, where Kartra really shines is the level of customization in every single section. So you can see here that you can set comments, but you could set it per post. Maybe you want comments on this post and not that post. So not at an aggregate level, you get to customize everything. You can even have it so that only people who have this level can access this content. Maybe you upsell and you sell another level, like gold or silver tier, and then they can access this content, but maybe you want them to access it only after 3 days of signing up. So I'm just giving you some quick examples, but the level of customization is just insane in Kartra. You can have a progress bar, which is similar to Kajabi. Of course, you have a help desk, which is a unique feature in Kartra we'll get to. You can send a welcome message right away. You can set up all kinds of automations. You can assign them specific tags or assign them to lists. I'm going through it very quickly, but I have a whole membership tutorial on my YouTube if you want to get really in depth and see what Kartra can do for you with its memberships. I'm just going over it really quickly. But suffice to say that in Kartra, you can customize pretty much everything. And just like Kajabi, you can have different billing options. You can have recurring installments. You can, of course, do your shipping and sales. You can do a refund policy. I won't go through everything here. Now, I showed you in Kartra that you can set up a membership and then you can connect it to a product, whereas in Kajabi, it was like one click and it kind of integrated it all for you. Kartra actually has that feature, but it actually takes it even a level further. Kartra actually has these one-click campaigns where you can see here that it's actually going to build out all this for you, including the funnels, including all of these tiers, bronze, gold, silver, and it's going to import them for you in one click. So they have the free membership plus the upgrade. So you can start a free membership and then prompt them to upgrade to each of these other tiers. So it's like an upsell strategy. They also have an extended membership campaign. They have the masterclass campaign. They have the subscription system campaign, which is the most advanced one. So it would be building all of this out of the box. You can see here the degree of customization and complexity of this sequence that it's building for you. There's opt-ins, there's a follow-up sequence, there's landing pages, there's emails. So I'm just scrubbing through it really quickly and you can see how it all works. And this looks really complicated, but what's awesome about Kartra is you just go deploy, then it makes a handy checklist for you to go through to set that all up. So you just go in here, watch the videos, go there and do the tasks and customize all of these assets, and it's already configured and put everything together for you. So if you go to videos, they have these dummy videos. You're just going to replace them with your videos. And then when you're done that, you go and update your pages. With the dummy pages, you'll update your pages. And so you just got to go through it and do that. Now, I also showed you the campaigns feature, which we're going to talk more about in the next section. But with Kartra, that's actually the faster way to build these online courses and memberships, because Kartra focuses on not just building them, but selling them as well. And this is where I was talking about with the differences in the tool. Kartra is more focused on creating products and helping you sell them and upsell them and get more revenue. And that's why it's better to build it from the holistic funnel viewpoint that Kartra showed here. Now, that's not to say Kajabi doesn't have funnels, because they actually do. And I'll show you that as well. So once you've created one of your products, Kajabi can then create these things called pipelines. And that is actually the next thing we're going to talk about. So let me just back up here one sec. So funnels, pipelines, and campaigns. Kartra has both more advanced and more types of pre-built campaigns, but Kajabi's, while limited, are a little easier to use. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. So hopping over here in Kajabi, you can just go and create a new pipeline. They have a freebie, a sales, a product launch, Zoom webinar, free book, coaching campaign, and simple sales page. There's about 6 or 7 individual campaigns, and you can see here it's pretty simple, not as crazy as the Kartra advanced sort of diagrams you saw. There's pretty much just a few assets here, and once you go create pipeline, it's created all of these assets for you. And what I really like about it is it kind of makes it easy to customize. So like, let's just say you're going to customize value 1, then it puts this little thing in the side and you customize this page, and then you can click on it here. So Kartra did it differently because it's on the sidebar here, but it's just the interface thing, but it looks a little bit nicer and it's a little bit easier to follow, I think. But effectively, they do the same thing. When it comes to the actual campaigns, I mean, Kartra has an insane number of campaigns for every single thing you could think of, right? Like if you have a sales letter, if you want to do a daily deal, if you want to do prospecting, if you want to do what's called a tripwire, if you want to build a list, if you want to launch a book, if you want to do a product launch, if you're running an agency, you can see the number of campaigns. And they also have a campaign marketplace where you can buy even more campaigns. So compare that to the 6 or 7, it's not even close. And as you saw, the campaigns in Kajabi are sort of simple, but you can see here, this Kartra campaign has 26 assets, 16, 17. So the campaigns are much more varied and advanced, but Kajabi's are a little easier to use because they're just simpler. Next, let's talk about email marketing. Now, there's just not much to say here. Kajabi has a pretty basic email marketing offering, but Kartra's is vastly superior in almost every way. Now, if we hop over to Kajabi, we go to email campaigns. And if we want to create an email campaign, let's just do this right here. You can do a broadcast, which is a single email, or a sequence, which is what is a nurture sequence, where you can have different emails by triggers, which is what is really powerful in marketing. And as you can see here, you have a title, you have a subject, you have a body. Super basic. And then we save that. Then we can add another email. You can add an automation, a pretty simple one. If this is sent, opened, or clicked, then do this. And then you can add another email here. I won't go through it all, but essentially it's just emails like this. I'll go to one I've already created. So it's just like this. You can see one email after the other. And that's really it. And all of these are plain text emails. Now, hopping over to Kartra, you can do broadcasts, you can do sequences, and Kartra also even lets you do SMS. So you can even text message people, something that Kajabi doesn't let you do. But let's go over to the sequence, which are the automated ones. And I'll just give you an example here of one that I built, but it is just simply much more advanced. You can see here, you can just drag things out. You have way more triggers you can have for your emails. You can create a sequence for people who visited a page, or if they've already been in another sequence, or in their specific list or specific tag, or they filled in a specific form, they bought a specific product. So already the triggers and automation are much better. Not only that, but you can actually split out 2 pathways. So you could have, if they did this, then they go to branch A, but then if they didn't, they go to branch B. I have a whole video on email automation, so I won't go through it all here, but suffice to say that it is way more advanced. You can even split test your emails, which you can't do in Kajabi. And not only does Kartra have plain text emails, but it actually has templates built in. And as you would imagine, Just drag it in. So it has tons of templates for different kinds of emails. So that's a very big differentiator there as well. And speaking of split tests, hopping back to Pages, I really forgot about this, but it's a huge feature. Kartra has split testing for your landing pages, which Kajabi doesn't have, which can tell you which pages are actually going to bring you more sales and leads, as you can see here in this diagram. So if you're not familiar with split testing, basically Kartra will create two versions of that page. You can optimize both pages and you can see which page performs better. And on the Kajabi side, I forgot to mention this as well, but they actually have assessments. So you can basically do tests and quizzes, which is not something that Kartra does have. So to recap, Kartra's email marketing tools are on par with a dedicated email marketing tool in terms of the level of sophistication and the things you can do with it, as well as it has split testing and design templates, as opposed to Kajabi's, which is basic, but it does what you need to if you're just starting out and you just want to send text emails. Continuing with that theme, they both offer automation, but it's just not even close. Kartra offers so much more advanced automation, and I'll show you what I mean. So a lot of Kajabi's automations are basically restricted to its emails. So you can see here, when they do something, you can grant an offer, you can do this. But if you actually want more than one logic stream, you have to upgrade. So if you want when the email is opened and they did something else, then that's actually an upgrade, as you can see, advanced automations. And even then, it's still pretty limited. For example, you can add tags. They both have tags, but in Kajabi, you can only add a tag if they buy a product or fill in a form or receive an email or get to the end of a sequence of an email. Now, Kartra has a crazy level of automation. So you can have it if someone subscribes to a list, if they have a certain tag, they fill in a form, if they buy a product, if they unsubscribed, if they complete a sequence, if they even visit a web page, if someone plays a video, if they complete the video, if they reach a certain score. So you can actually set up lead scoring. So you can say, give 5 points to someone who visits a website and opens an email and this, and then you can have different lead scores, and then those lead scores, you can qualify how hot your leads are. You could have offers for someone who has a different lead score. So you could have a section on your website that dynamically shows only if someone has a specific lead score, or only if they've watched a specific video or half of a video, or if they have bought a product or they haven't bought a product. Like, I'm not going to get through all of it, but the level of customization with the automation is just crazy. They have something called behavioral adaptive marketing, and those are the examples I was giving you, where it can actually adapt based on their behavior. So if they've done this but not bought this, give them this offer. But if they have done this and not this, give them this. And the pages and your offers and your email sequences can all change. So super powerful in Kartra. And what's amazing is this is even in the basic plan. There's no nickel and diming around with this. And when it comes to a CRM, Kajabi offers a CRM that's pretty basic, but Kartra again offers a much more in-depth CRM, tracking practically every interaction, and I'll show you here. So on the Kajabi end, if you go to a person, you can see some basic info, you can see what they bought, you can see their products, you can see what they've done in terms of their life cycle, how much they've spent, you can see what tags, if they've ever been assigned a tag. So not bad, but just the basic stuff you need. Hopping over to Kartra, you can see the list they're in, the communications, all the sequences you sent them, the membership, if they've ever done anything in your calendar, of course, everything they've bought. But you can see down to any interaction they've ever had with anything you've created, because everything in Kartra is integrated. So you can see they sent an email, they got a visit, they assigned the tag, they did this, what time, when they did it. And like I said with the automation, you can build off sequences off of anything anyone's done, because Kartra, one of the great things about it is everything is integrated, and because of that, the CRM is on another level. So while they both have their advantages in these sections, Kartra clearly has way more advantages in this sections, but there are things that Kajabi does that Kartra doesn't have a comparable feature, and I'm going to jump right into that. So the first thing is a mobile app. So Kajabi has a mobile app for Android and iOS, and so obviously that means that they don't have to log in from their browser when they want to consume your course or your subscription. It's just easier. It's an app, and you can also send push notifications. Now, this is a significant feature Kartra doesn't have, and Kartra actually is fully responsive, but it doesn't have a native app. Now, the only thing I don't like about this with Kajabi is it's a shared app. So what I mean by this is it's not like you get your own branded app in the App Store. They download the Kajabi app, and all of the stuff they've ever bought on Kajabi, say they're subscribing to one of your courses, someone else's courses, all of those courses will show up in their Kajabi app, and the app is basically branded Kajabi. So while it's handy that it's on a phone, I don't know if you'd want to be competing where it's sort of reminding them that they also have these other subscriptions, and maybe they go out and re-up one of those subscriptions, right? So you're almost like a shared marketplace, as opposed to if they typed it in a browser. Yes, a browser, they could go to any other website, but at least it's not front and center. Still, overall, the app is a great experience, but I just wish that they actually let you create a dedicated version or something of that sort. Now, Kajabi also has this thing called events, which is sort of like a folder. What I mean by that is it's not really a revolutionary feature by any means, but you can run an event. An event is anything that's basically like a time-based thing. So basically, you can see here, you just create an event, you just create that, and it just creates something like this on May 12th. So maybe you're running a Zoom webinar on August 11th. So from this event, you can basically then add a couple of automations, and you can link some emails. So it's not really doing anything, to be honest with you. It's just organizing these events. Now, Kartra, you can do all of those same things. Like I showed you, they have a masterclass campaign. You can set up a timer in the landing pages. So you can run all your events, except there won't be a section that says events. But you do have a calendar, so you can put it in there. Next is the user interface. So you've seen me clicking around on both. And while the front end user interface, so the actual thing your customers see, the templates are comparable in terms of how good they look, the back end is nicer on Kajabi. It's just simpler. It just looks nicer. The UI is a little bit more modern. Kartra, the UI, it's functional, but it's just not as nice looking. Now, I get for most people, they don't care about this, but it's worth mentioning. However, the one thing I will say about Kajabi is it does have this search bar, which is super cool. So if you are looking for how to do something, it is really nice that you can type something like, let's say you want to set up an offer, and you can see it here. So that can help you find things quickly. But once you learn where everything is in each of them, and they both do have their quirks about placement of things. Sometimes things are placed in really strange places. For example, why are assessments in Kajabi under people? That makes no sense. Or in Kartra, to upload files, why is it under memberships? What if I want to upload a file into my landing page? That makes no sense. So both of them are going to have stupid things that shouldn't be where they are, but at least you can search in Kajabi. Now, what does Kartra do uniquely that Kajabi doesn't? First of all, it has two huge features that Kajabi simply doesn't have. And so those are the calendar and the help desk. And so you can let people book appointments with you. You can get your agenda in one place, which again is better than the whole events thing because you can actually see it on a calendar. So simply, it's another tool that's included where you don't have to go off and get a Calendly or something like you would have to with Kajabi. Next is the help desk, and you can set up multiple help desks. And so this would be a support portal that your users can use, and you can see all your tickets. It has chat also out of the box. So you're getting ticket support, chat support out of the box with no additional tools as well. And that is a pretty awesome feature in Kartra. I pretty much have a video for everything in Kartra. I also have a video for that if you want to learn more about the help desk. But those are two really cool features that Kartra has that Kajabi doesn't, that are additional things you need to operate a business, especially if you're running like a subscription model where people will have questions. Do you want to just have that all in your email and trying to respond? Yeah, sure. If you have one or two people who are just contacting you and you only have one or two subscriptions, that's fine. But once you start getting subscriptions at scale, people are going to have inquiries, and you trying to keep track of everything is impossible without a help desk. So again, another tool that's included for you that's out of the box. Also, reporting. So I mentioned earlier, and I kind of hinted at this, you saw the level of detail in Kartra versus Kajabi, and this just carries into the reporting. In Kartra, you can get analytics on everything within everything. So you can see specifically your emails, what are the analytics, right? You can get your broadcasts versus your lists versus this, and you can see all this breakdown. For your pages, it's going to have a different set of analytics. For your products, for everything. I won't go through it all, but suffice to say that the level of analytics is crazy. You even get heat maps, so you can see how your landing pages are performing. So suffice to say, the thing about Kartra is it's going to have analytics for every single page, and it's going to have analytics that tell you how all of these are integrated and how they're contributing to sales. And of course, we all know that having great data is the most critical thing to scaling your business and making educated decisions. Hopping over to the Kajabi side, you can see here there isn't a dedicated analytics area at all. You just get like a little bit here in every little piece, but there isn't by any means a detailed analytics section. Also, talking about video, it's not even close. So Kajabi does offer video. So you can upload videos, and what they do is they actually use Vistia, and it's a basic video player. You can play videos. So thankfully, you don't have to go off and get something like Vistia or Vimeo. It's included in your subscription, and it plays videos just fine. Again, basic, and it does what you want. And Kartra being Kartra, they take it to another level. So not only do you get videos that you can simply upload, but you can brand these videos, you can add a watermark, and those are all cool. But you can actually add call to actions. You can have an opt-in form in the middle of your video if you want. You could have an image, you could have a caption, you can have a button. This right here is over $100 feature if you were to get something like Vimeo or Vistia. Like the ability to be able to pop up a form while watching a video. Could you imagine you have this person engaged, and then at the end of the video, you don't have to be like, click below to go do the thing and go to the other page. It's like, no, subscribe right now or take the action you want right now on the form. And the tagging is just crazy. Like I said, you could even have someone's like, hey, I want to know who watched up to 3 minutes of this video but didn't buy product X. Then I want to follow up with all of those people with a special automated sequence with a special offer. So you can see how advanced we can get with Kartra. Video, it's not even close. Now, affiliate's the same thing. If you upgrade your account, Kajabi lets you create a manual affiliate program. So basically, when someone makes a sale, you can manually decide if you want to pay them. Kartra takes it to the next level. Again, Kartra has automated payments to affiliate. It has affiliate screening. And what's even cooler is it actually has an affiliate marketplace where you can put your products on there so that affiliates can find it and start selling for you. So you have a built-in traffic source of people, because an affiliate program is useless if no one knows about your affiliate product. So if it wasn't clear already, Kartra is the better value, hands down. They're both great tools, but Kartra offers you a lot more. But that wouldn't work out if Kartra was way more money, because it has way more functionality, right? So let's take a look at the actual pricing plans and value here. So Kartra offers a 25% discount for annual, and Kajabi offers a 20%, but let's just stick to monthly to keep it simple. So the starting plan with Kajabi is $149 and Kartra's is $99. So you can see here you get 3 products, 3 pipelines. Those are the limitations, but you get unlimited emails and landing pages. You get 10,000 contacts and 1,000 active members. Kartra gives you 2,500 leads, which is contacts, basically. Custom domain. There's actually a limit of emails you can send, unlike Kajabi. There's a bandwidth limit. There's 100 pages though. But here you have one website, but unlimited pages. You have a number of videos. This one seems to be unlimited. You have 2 membership sites. This is 3. So Kartra surely gives you enough to get started, and at only $99. There are limitations, but certainly enough to get you started. But the biggest difference here is like you're really never going to go over 15,000 emails. 50 gigabytes is like impossible to go over, really. If you're selling 20 products, you certainly don't care about $100. You've already be on a higher plan, right? And if you have 2 membership sites and you're not covering this easily, then yeah, I don't know what you're doing. So clearly this isn't the thing, right? And you still get the help desk. Literally the only feature that's not included is the agency feature. And what this means is that you get to run an agency, which is obviously a feature not everyone needs. Some people need it if you want to run an agency. Basically, you can make Kartra accounts for other people. Again, it's very cool if you want to run an agency, but not for everyone. So the biggest difference here is the 2,500 leads. Now, It seems like they give you more with 10,000, but you see this item here called active members. This is actually what cripples you. So this means that while you can have as many contacts as you want, you can only have 1,000 people actively enrolled at a time within your courses. So Kartra doesn't set that limitation. So is it better to have 2,500 without that limitation, or is it better to have this? It really depends on your circumstance, right? So I would put them at about equal because this has 2 restrictions and this has 1. But when you look at it, it's $99 a month versus $149. And as you'll see here, you actually have to pay to get advanced automations. So the $199, which still aren't even as advanced as Kartra's, and to get access to the affiliate program, which still isn't as advanced as Kartra's. And this is the worst one, to remove the branding. So in this one, it has Kajabi branding. You have basic automations, which aren't even great to begin with this one, but they're just even worse here. And you don't get access to the affiliate program. So that means that it's really hard to use this one. I personally wouldn't want to create a product and have Kajabi branding. Usually that's like the freemium, like this advanced automations, maybe you can get without. Affiliate program, maybe that's like when you grow your business. So maybe that doesn't even matter. But actually the ability to remove the branding is really important. And so for me, I would be like, man, I don't know if I'd ever do this. So if we look at the $199 versus $99, there's a huge difference. Even $149 versus $99. But let's look at Kartra's second plan. This is a great value, right? Because everything's now unlimited. You have up to 2,500 leads. You have 3 domains. You get the agency feature if you need it. And it's $199. So this means everything is included. And on this end, you get just these things added, which should have been, in my opinion, here. And of course, the limits are upped as well. And again, you got the 10,000 active members versus the 12,500 leads, but 25,000 contacts. Not sure which is better, right? It really depends on your situation. And they also have the Pro plan, which is their highest tier, which is $399, which ups all the limits. And the only thing you get here is the code editor. And I'm really upset about this. This is really sneaky. So you can see here, before I talk about that, Kartra also has a higher plan. And again, they just up the limits, but you don't get any new features because basically everything is already included in the middle tier. And if you don't need agency, everything was already included in the starting tier. Here's where I think this is really nickel and diming. So you saw how Kajabi had themes, more themes than Kartra. But Kartra lets you customize these themes. You have full access to the code, even with the starter package. For Kajabi, you have to pay $400 a month to be able to customize the themes. That is insane. This should have been in here. So that is something where I think is really sneaky. A lot of people might not see that. They also have a paid training program called Kajabi Access. So I'm not even going to talk about it because it's an additional paid program. They both have support. They have weekly calls that are free. Kajabi has different help desk tiers, right? So you can get 24-hour chat support versus regular chat support if you pay more. Kartra has chat and ticket, but they're all the same for everyone. Again, in keeping with the way Kartra operates. So as I mentioned, Kajabi requires the $199 plan to remove the branding, get advanced automation and affiliate. Customizing your code requires $400 a month. That makes 0 sense, right? That should be a basic day one feature. And the other thing I'll say is that Kartra also offers you double the trial that Kajabi does. And this is really important because these are really big tools. And the last thing you want to do is get a tool and have to make a decision before you can see value out of it. 30 days with Kartra is going to let you build an actual course and build a few funnels and actually maybe even get a sale. But 14 days, it's really tough to build a course and actually build up enough momentum to get a sale. So I'll show you how you can get a Kartra trial. So you can see here, out of the box, you get nothing with Kartra, right? So you actually just come here and you have to pay. There's actually no trial, but I'll show you how you can get a 30-day trial because I'm a Kartra partner. So if you click my special link, then going to the Kartra website gets you a trial. So if you click start your trial, then you get a 14-day trial. So to get to this offer, you just have to click the link in the description. But I said there's a 30-day trial. So what you don't want to do is you don't want to just click this. You want to wait a few seconds and then slowly navigate away. And doing that will trigger the 30-day trial for a limited time. So this only shows up if you do it once. I mean, if you clear your cache and cookies, you can probably make it happen again. But if you manage to get this to happen, I would probably go through with it. So you just have to hit double your trial. And then from there, you can pick whichever plan you want. So you can just hit start trial with whichever one makes sense for the number of contacts and the leads you have, and then go through with it. You can also downgrade or upgrade in the middle of your trial. So no harm if you pick something and decide that you need something else. So you just click trial. And again, that link is in the description. So if it wasn't clear already, for the vast majority of people, I would recommend Kartra. So this is a true all-in-one integrated solution to build and sell your online course or membership. It has advanced features that will grow with you as your business grows. And it's also the better value and cheaper. And when I say cheaper, not only does it have the starter plan, but help desk, better video, the affiliate, the chat in your help desk, the calendar. These are all tools, even if it's $19.99, $29.99, that you'd have to add monthly with Kajabi, and none of that stuff would also be integrated, so the data wouldn't even be shared like it is in Kartra. So it's a lot cheaper in the long run. So like I said, for the vast majority of people, I'm going to recommend Kartra as the best long-term solution. Now that said, I would recommend Kajabi for someone who wants to start a course a little bit faster. You don't care about the price. You don't care about paying for the additional tools as your business grows, or you don't care if you have to switch to a more advanced tool later. You just want to get the course out as fast as possible. Then Kajabi might make sense because it's a little bit easier to use. It's a little bit more streamlined, but I want you to really think about that. Maybe it takes you a day or two less to make this course in comparison to Kartra, because you might have to figure out a few more things in Kartra. But is that day or two worth the additional costs you'd be paying every month and being in a platform that may not grow as your business scales? But if that's fine with you, then you can definitely go with Kajabi. But again, I would strongly recommend you give Kartra a try. At least try out that 30-day trial. Even try out the trial of Kajabi as well, right? Even though it's only 14 days. See what's better for you at the end of the day. Wow, we went through a whole lot, and hopefully I've helped you make the right decision for your business for what's better between Kartra and Kajabi. Now, I'm a huge Kartra fan, and I have a ton of tutorials and tips on my YouTube channel. So if you want to learn more about Kartra, check those videos out. If you want to see how the tags work, the list, the tools, the help desk, the videos, I have videos for all of that, the campaigns. If you want to even do that before you do a trial, check that out. You can see how in-depth it works. I also have a free Kartra Rapid Funnel Builder course, so you can click the link in the description. That can help you get started a little bit faster, again, completely free. And if you found the video helpful, give me a like. This took a lot of time to put together. And if you want more great content to help you start and grow businesses, subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.